events are both to TK in like around 11 game 5. Like how good is this eUnited team? Do you think we're gonna find out?
Yeah, I think they're always potentially a team that can win an event. But the problem is they typically lose around winners round 2. That's both the past 2 events. They go to losers bracket and they bomb out of the tournament.
They have 3-0'd like both times.
You just expect them to be back into the finals, but instead they get knocked out of the tournament. But here we go. Game number 1, St. Marie Dumont. We're going to hop on board with Pristini from eUnited.
We'll see from this bottom spawn if eUnited can rack up a lot of time here early. And Joe, I mentioned a couple times about how you can pick up time from this side. What is it about the bottom spawn that allows teams to usually get those opening 20, 30 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of an easier gunfight for the guys down bottom, but Bans actually had a very particular break-off. Typically what we see from the guys who spawn up top, they'll go into that radio tower, climb up top, and help their team from the staircase. Bans, instead, he flanked all the way around and flanked the eUnited door. This is why Splyce has a very early lead. Bans is already 4-1, so a great start from the guys on Splyce.
And that's, I'm gonna be honest, it's a bit unusual. You don't usually see a great break like that from the top. So this is perfect, especially if they can maintain top control for the next set of spawns. They have 2 players now pushing in. One gets killed, one gets tagged, but Silly goes massive there.
Yeah, still Splyce have the spawn, 6 seconds left. Already gonna have 44 points for Splyce. Never mind, they decided to give it up. But that's a huge problem. Silly and Clayster pick up kills on Fellow and Bans. One player, that's Bans. He actually spawns out Tommy, though. He does have streaks, so they could potentially use that to break or save it for parking lot. But here we go. Some huge gunfights coming in for Splyce, and they're able to pick up 3.
Streaks will be big throughout the course of this one. Huge from Tommy here. You still get a close spawn if you're eUnited, so you can try and reinforce this quickly. Unfortunately for you, you have to go through a Mad Cat and through Tommy, and they're making all the plays. I
mean, the slaying power. That's what they said right in that video. We just have to slay. We know we have the talent. We just have to stay in the games. And if you're a guy like Fellow, you're a guy that, you just have to do your job in the respawns.
Well, I know something we talked about was kind of Felony and the communications coming in to fill in for Jerd on this roster. It's something we're going to talk about throughout this, but I want you guys at home to hear what the comms sound like with a fill-in right now on Felony. Let's hop to an Astro listen in with Splice.
Stand back, peek. I'm going to spawn out.
One shot.
I spawned out.
One.
Yeah, I got me,
okay.
I got me.
Nice, 2.
I'm coming.
I'm holding
I'll have you front 2 seconds.
One mid. From grandma's.
I needed it. I'm
backing up.
Didn't hit him.
Yeah.
Nice, I'm going to the back of him.
Could be your front, guys. Could be your front.
Granny's in A.
I'll grab front.
Bottom P1.
I got front.
Looking at your bottom white. I'm in the back with you.
I'm inside P1.
I'm coming back to hill. They're going to be flooding front 2. Oh, no, one's front white. He pushed my blue. Car. I spawned out front.
To the back. RC's one shot car. Mid alley. Back, hit him back now.
I'm in hill with you.
I needed the back. I'm gonna nade back. Don't push it.
He's close hill.
Mick, one shot.
One more. Cut.
Rotate.
One shot.
Good lead.
I got streaks.
I'm gonna go
nade it and go P1.
I'm gonna go bottom
Pristini's got 3 kills on time, okay?
Yo, bottom red.
Push that.
P1
He's gonna hook.
P1 ran out their side, Silly.
Okay, their side.
Yeah.
Looking for Clay, hook.
I need to kill Pristini.
Good shit.
I need to kill Pristini, okay?
Come here, yeah. Stay up.
Yeah, they named me
green.
I'm good here. He's gone up front of the hill. Front of the hill behind me.
That's not me.
Oh, whoever's bottom P1.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, watch the cross.
On a farm.
Fire.
Behind him, farm.
We can heal.
Yeah,
Spawn fast.
Nice, they're
Maybe
Maybe just kill him.
I need a mid.
Grab you mid.
If they spawn farm, I'll kill him.
Yeah, one's top red. Leave that kid top red.
I'm 10.
Middle of the hill, Silly. He killed me. He's, he
One Max.
Alright, 2 mid.
Max to mid.
Pristini's got streaks. Pristini has streaks.
So Joe, we got a bit of the comms there. What are your thoughts?
I thought, the 3 Splyce guys that were on the team, besides Fellow was a little bit quiet, just trying to find his role a little bit. Doesn't know the call outs of some of the things, but the 3 other Splyce guys, and Tommy, Bance, and Mad Cat, were really stepping it up. And I mean, they're in control right now, but eUnited are fighting back. But definitely not the worst thing, They can tell they're very enthusiastic, a lot of energy. They want to win this game.
Absolutely, and you did get some streaks for Silly during that as well. One thing I noticed that popped up at the bottom, it looks like Clayster has a clan tag. I believe it says Jack.
Could be why he's struggling a little bit.
I believe it's got to be for our very own broadcaster, Jack Courage Dunlop. But yes, the 5 and 14 could simply be due to that decision.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That it has some bad performances in the past, but yeah. Splyce, they do get control of this restaurant as we go into this second rotation of hills. Bance, he's able to pick up 2. Mad Cat trades that out. And just back and forth on this middle hill. A great job again, Splyce. They do maintain this lead. And again, if there's going to be a game type where Felony can really just sort of settle in, be comfortable, it's going to be Hardpoint, right? There's universally a style of play that is the correct way to play. Search and Destroy is going to be the true test, but so far so good in game 1.
I think CTF too, just because one lapse in communication, one misplay could be the difference in a game, which we have seen. But we have full streaks on Silly and Pristini, which you have to think will be crucial here. And they both went on those big streaks during the listen-in. But Tommy, the streaks he earned, the opening Hardpoint, really, still sitting there for him as well. But here we go, just about to get out of restaurant. Tommy can have a lot of pressure pushing through White here. Tries to pick up the first, but Silly gets the better of him.
Yeah, and you can see eUnited, they're sort of playing that sort of TK Red Reserve role where they're trying to just break from the front. They have the streaks. You can get into that shack. Tommy, though, he responds with a fly bomb. Now some big gunfights going down, and Silly's able to pick up Vance, and there you go, eUnited. They're just going to keep flooding that front, nading over, trying to reinforce as fast as possible.
So one glide bomb invested from either side, but it is still going to be eUnited in the hard point, and eUnited still with the edge. Well, now in the game, and also with those streaks, which we showed you earlier between Silly and Pristini. Well, let's see what Bance can do. A superstar in his own right, now trying to make a play in the backside. He will get a nice timing on Pristini. Tries to attack him a second. He was weak, picks him up as well. And you've got 20 or so seconds here you're going to get. They're going to have to rotate out. Yeah. And for eUnited, the big thing, you still spawn out. You're wrapping all the way through, and Fello's already set up here.
Yeah, these are huge gunfights from Tommy and Felony. Oh, Tommy is going to get caught off guard, but Fellow, he just got to try to do his best to stay alive. But it's going to be tough. All of eUnited are going to trade that kill out. They're going to spawn out, but still great time from Bance. But if you're Splyce, you're feeling okay. You still do have that fighter pilot on Tommy. Let's see if they select to use it here or outlook post for eUnited. A ton of streaks still to use.
Well, if they're going to use it, let's make sure they get positioned to actually play behind it. Tommy is able to get one, can't finish up another. They soar in, but you still get the deep spawn for eUnited, and they'll still be looking to hold.
Yeah, Felony trying to make a push. There's the response from Pristini with the glide bomb. But you can see all of Splyce starting to zone in, but big kills coming out of eUnited. Bance again trying to make a play as he's sneaking around, just like he did at that Winery Hill. Able to pick on one, make it two. Has one more one-on-one, but Silly trades it out, and now control for eUnited.
They get somebody back into the hard point. There's still a good chunk of time remaining here as well. When we get to the next hard point, like you said, still multiple fighter pilots remaining for either side, or at least one remaining for either side. Felony gets in, tags one, but Silly with two inside. Can't tack on a third to that, though. The final 10 seconds are going to come down to this 1v1.
Yeah, and I don't like that play call from Splyce. With 20 seconds left, they decide to hit it one more time. eUnited, they pick up scrap time and their winning rotation. Just as I say that, Fellow and Tommy, they pick up 2 kills towards middle, and there you go. Splyce has control, but I expect one of those fighter pilots to come in from eUnited.
Let's see if they use it here. Again, on Silly and Pristini. Looks like they're just trying to break in for now. They have a pinch opening up now as Silly spawn top. So this is where they can collapse from both sides. But they're going to have to win some gunfights here to get it done. 2 kills for either side. And Silly pushing top. One got into back green. There you go. If they pick up both kills, a team kill might cost them a little bit, but they should be able to get the hard point and pick up some time here, Joe.
Yeah, that's what they were waiting for. As you saw them sort of stop for a second, they were waiting for Silly. He got that top spawn at Winery. He's able to pick up 2. A great job from eUnited to just be patient. These last 20, as you can see, Splyce are going to give it up. Start to rotate towards Restaurant. Let's actually go through eUnited. How many streaks do they have left? So they still have some from Silly and Pristini. So still 2 fighter pilots, 2 flamethrowers. Those can be very big going into the next set of rotation.
And this hard point in particular coming up, you can get control inside and get the flamethrower set up. This is where you can do some actual damage. The question is, will they be able to break in? Because Splyce is the first team in.
Yeah, and as we've seen, a lot of teams able to hold this hill for a good majority of time. RC and Silly's able to pick up one, Pristini with another. There's just one player left. That is Mad Cat. It looks like he's up top. Not going to be able to do much with an FG42 up here. Trying to pick up 1 kill on Silly. Silly just playing it very well. But there we go. Mad Cat buys enough time. But there's that flamethrower we were talking about. Pristini picks up 2.
Yep, this is where you can do the damage. He's doing just that. Can't tack him enough to get the trade. I think just maybe a little bit out of range. No armored on that player, so it wasn't that. I think just wasn't able to actually hit him at all. And there you go. He gets a couple kills inside, then breaks in with it as well. He will actually, he finished the second kill. No, he did not.
Yeah, and you can see eUnited, well, they're going to decide to rotate. There's some big gunfights going on. That's Bance and Felony. They're going to be the first 2 in. Bance picks up 1, almost gets the second. Fellow, though, does sneak behind Arcides. He's just trying to stay alive. As the rest of Splyce, they get that scrap time. Timon picks up another kill. That's going to force eUnited to spawn out, so this could potentially be a huge break for Splyce. But remember, those streaks do come in.
Yeah, that's a rude awakening for
Yep,
Playster and Arcides, who just turn around. They're like, okay, they're spawning behind us now, because Felony did sneak through. But there, the streak is invested. Everybody drops outside of Bance, who's at least set up here on the top, but he needs help from his teammates. Not much he can do individually. but at least wins that 1v1.
Yeah, that's a big 1v1. As I mean, all of Splyce responding out towards Radio Tower. If play wins that, a lot of time to go towards eUnited. It is anyways, just because that's exactly where you want to spawn. eUnited doing a great job just pushing through the front. They get field control. They push out the back. You've seen it time and time again. They try to spawn Splyce as far away as possible, and they're doing a great job so far.
Yeah, we're seeing the flamethrowers used just about everywhere here. And again, the power of just that ability to almost guarantee yourself a trade coming out of Pristini and out of Silly. They get kills, I believe, both inside a restaurant, then they get kills there at Winery as well. We only need 14 more points for eUnited. They're going to have one chance to break this.
Yeah, and you still have streaks. You have one more fighter pilot for Silly, and you can already see they have one rotation, but a big couple of kills coming in, but that hill did pop. And yeah, if you look at that scoreboard, Fellow not having the best game, might just be a little bit uncomfortable right now. But eUnited just 5 seconds away. I just don't think that Splyce have enough time. That should do it. Game number 1 and a couple more flamethrower kills for Pristini.
eUnited get it done, and yeah, do you expect some growing pains with Felony coming to fill in? Certainly, but what was he, 11 and 27, somewhere in that ballpark? He obviously doesn't come in and make an immediate impact, but it's kind of hard to expect. You don't think he's going to come in, have like a 30 and 30 game with a bajillion interactions, just filling in Jerd's role immediately. But can he get there over this week is the big thing.
Yeah, you're not asking him to do a lot. You're just asking him to do a little bit more than 10 kills. You can see, I feel like he's frustrated. He knows that, this is a big deal for these Splyce players. He's trying to do the best he possibly can. But eUnited, just a little bit too much for this Splyce team so far, but a great effort from those guys.
Yeah, and going up against eUnited, maybe a little bit tougher than the national circuit matches that he's had over the past couple of weeks. It's a big step up in competition very, very quickly, but still props to him to coming in and being able to fill on short notice. But God, you got to hope that he can rebound, and he's going to need to rebound quickly in the search and destroy if they're going to have a chance in the series.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough to do. Like we said, that's the one game mode, maybe CTF as well, where it just requires a lot of, communication, a lot of coordination. These guys are not going to have a lot of practice. They're going to have to basically kind of just call it as we go, stick to the basics. Maybe we see a lot of 3 or 4 man pushes just to try to start trades, just try to catch eUnited off guard, but it's definitely going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think you mentioned, you didn't hear Felony. He wasn't super vocal yet, but probably has to get comfortable with the team. They were scrimming in the back, but that's about all they've been able to do thus far. And again, it is day 1 here for Division B. But let's talk about the other side. What did you like from eUnited? It was close early. They started to take over, though.
Yeah, I like the streak usage, right? They didn't try to overuse them. You'll see a lot of teams try to invest a little bit too much. It was one glide bomb, let's make it push. It was one fighter pilot, let's break in, and they were very successful at it. Even at the end, they had one left from streaks that were about, a few rotations ago. So I thought they did a great job with their streak usage.
And I think, I believe every streak I saw them use, they at least picked up a kill. Even when the flamethrower came out, every single time the flamethrower out is 1 to 2 kills. Good call there, as they definitely used them very well, and they were able to secure the game 1 victory. And I believe the final 3 maps are Arden Forest. What was map 2? Why is that slipping my mind? Okay, well, I know the final 3. I was talking to Tommy. He's like, we're going to the forest for 3 through 5. Okay, no, 2 through 4. Sorry. He said there were 3 in a row. So it'll actually be Texas game 5. So we'll have Arden back to back to back, maybe only twice if eUnited rolls through this series.
Yeah, and Arden Forest, I feel like, is a map where you can sort of place Fellow somewhere, especially on defense, and he can just sort of fill a role. Like, just play cabin, just watch the field, set up with the FG42. Or, if you're comfortable at that ruined site on defense, you can play a little aggressive. USS Texas, though, that's a bit of a worry, because I feel like that one, if you do get to a Game 5, that's one that requires a lot of coordination, just a lot of step and repeat from the teams. But this one, I feel like you can sort of set up Felony in a solid position, just pick up those kills.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, because when I think about B for that entry sub player, you're so reliant on kind of a bait and switch or getting that first kill, and it's got to be, you play with people so long, you kind of know the timings. If you play, when someone's going to have your back. It's going to just be, I feel like, a little bit off, but I don't know, Felony, he came into Variant known really for his search and destroy expertise, so maybe this is somewhere he can just slot in and show up.
Yeah, and maybe there's, if we get to about round 9, 10, or 11, maybe there's a strategy he wants to call, right? Something that he has from his, complexity team that is able to help them out in the stretch. So we shall see how Fellow does. Again, a lot of eyes on him just because Jerd not able to compete this week. So We're very excited to see how he does. And here we go, opening strategy for Splyce. They smoke off that middle and just a straight right down the middle push. That's what Felony loves to do.
Bro, I kid you not. When I heard them talk about talking S&D strats, I go, Felony, what are you talking about? You're going to sprint up mid every time, not even knowing the map, just joking? He goes, oh, of course. And that's exactly what he did. You know, we've called him Mr. Mid-Map, man. He loves to push it.
Yeah, you know, 3v2 for Splyce. You know, you see two eUnited players easily traded out. Silly. Now one-on-one between Arcees and Tommy. And Tommy very far away. I'm not sure Arcees is going to know that now. 33 seconds left on this bomb. A lot of time to play with. And Tommy, I mean, if Arcees jumps on that bomb, he probably has a defuse, but you can see where it's planted. Exactly set up for him. He's going to try and stretch it, it looked like, but still, that angle, great for Tommy.
So little time left now. Not an easy gunfight, but Arcees wins it, the headshot in, and that's just Arcees, good job. He gets health back, gets to a position where he has the edge there at Wood, and he guns Tommy. And just enough time there for the defuse. But that's the other thing that a fellow said to me. He's like, have you seen my first blood efficiency? I mean, if he can keep doing that, get the information, get that opening pick, I mean, even if he's traded right away, that's valuable information.
Absolutely, and that was an interesting strategy, right? Just smoke up middle, stun it, hit that timing, a great one-on-one win, but if you're Splyce, you have to be able to clutch that out. That's a very big round.
Now, these are what I was talking about. When you have these spots here, we have one player that's playing behind you, and Felony's the entry guy. This is where you really have to work well with your guy behind you, and Mad Cat. Is that going to be clean is the question. Mad Cat does get a kill. Fellow, though, can't pick up the second. You had to get another one in that situation. Yeah,
now a 2v3 for eUnited. They're going to try. They're just going to take their time. They're not going to force that plant. As Tommy, he has that sniper. Bance is on the flank trying to pick up one, but Clayster finds him. And they're just being patient, right? But that's a big pick now on 1v2. This is doable for Tommy. So try and peek Silly, but Silly and Clay are in great positions. Oh, maybe the old Car 98 has that one, but still 1v2. Bomb does go down for eUnited.
Yeah, now the bomb planted, this gets very scary for Tommy. Well, it looked like a winnable round. I mean, it certainly still is, but much, much more difficult now. He's going to have to hit a disgusting sniper, make a play with this pistol. He's going to hit the corner, able to win one, but he's so tagged up. Can he get away? Tries to grab the PPSH, but good positioning there from eUnited, allowed the easy trade.
Yeah, and I think that just stems from Felony and Mad Cat at B, right? You have to be able to trade that out. A 2v2 is doable for your two teammates at A and middle to be able to retake, but a 3v2 puts them in a very tough position. They try and catch the bomb planter. Not able to do so. A great round out of eUnited to just trade those kills.
All right, so that's back-to-back rounds. Now from eUnited, let's see what Felony does off the break this time. He's going to be your guy that's a lot of times going to be first-blooded or picking up those first bloods. It looks like it's going to be a hit through Bell to B. They're not going to have any presence in mid-map. They wait for a timing here with a stun. Armored, though. He's in the back for Arcees, so not going to bother him at all.
Yeah, and that's something that you see the Team Caliber players do, right? That's what they're so notorious for, but still, Splyce trying to push up B. Silly, the guy in that middle. A lot of importance on him. Picks up one as Arcees is able to help him out. Now, Splyce is just trying to trade it out. Felony gets one on Pristini, but again, just trades back and forth from eUnited. A great response. Now a 2v2, though.
He sees his arm. Saw for just a second. Tommy able to tuck that elbow away. Now
That's
Tommy,
a tough gunfight, man.
Tommy lost a 1v1 earlier to Arcees. Now it's a 2v1. He's getting pushed, and he is downed. eUnited keep rolling.
Yeah, I mean, Mad Cat has to peek that because Tommy's behind that pillar, right? Like, he's kind of stuck there. But that is such a tough gunfight. Maybe you try to double peek it as a team. Maybe Tommy peeks it first.
Even a double peek sometimes you see shut down when you have top ruins control.
Yeah, but again, first blood for eUnited, and then they just trade those rounds out. Fella was able to get on the board there as he continues to try to fit in on this Splyce roster, but eUnited so far has just looked very, very comfortable on this map.
Leading the way for eUnited. Arcees, the man on your screen right now, about halfway to streaks. See if he can make some nice plays. Stun rolls in front of him.
Look at that smoke placement right on the B bomb site. Fellow is now isolated due to it, but he does able to pick up one, make it two. That's exactly what you want to do when you're in that position.
Felony going big here in round number 4. Will this be the first time that Splyce can get on the board here in game 2? Clayster trying to hit through fire cut. He's tagged up from Mad Cat at top ruins almost immediately, and then flanked. Felony looking for the ace now. 3 kills to his name. Arcees, he's pulled off a 1v4 on this map before.
How did he even get here? Did he just catch a timing middle? I'm not even sure. I was like, wait a second.
I was focused on the Felony ace, and suddenly Arcees gets into a position to maybe play spoiler. Felony with the ace. You're wondering if he can be the difference maker. Well, he's doing it right now. I know they're down 3-1, but still you're seeing the things that he's capable of, specifically in Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and honestly, I love this strategy from eUnited. It seems they have a smoke placement right on that B bomb. That really cuts off the line of sight for that AR player that typically plays back Ruins. They try to push Fellow out in a 2v1, but he's able to trade that out and get both of them. So a great round out of him. Now he's working on some streaks, 225 away, and he does have that bomb.
He's going to have more kills in his Hardpoint game in about round 6.
Yeah, well. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I'm assuming Mad Cat put a bullet or two in there. that looked a little bit crazy from Fellow's point of view, but another first blood. He's got 3 right now in the 5 rounds.
Yeah, so a great job from him, and then Tommy picks up 1 on the flank. And now this is exactly what you want if you're Splyce. That bomb was trying to go down. Mad Cat luckily trades it out, but now a 2v1, doable for a guy like Clayster.
This is like the similar situation we saw Tommy in earlier, right?
Yeah.
1v2, once this bomb gets planted, it gets infinitely harder. But unlike Tommy, who tried to play it from kind of that broken area, Clayster is going to wrap back and finds an FG42.
Yeah, so this is the time of risk for offensive teams, right? When you have to go and plant that bomb, because that means one gun is busy planting it, right? So Clay, he was trying to find that timing, not able to do so, is able to pick up 1 on Mad Cat, does have time. He's just trying to mess around with Tommy. 30 seconds left. Tommy just doing a great job. Not peeking, does peek, tries to get a snipe off. Clayster almost gets him 1 more bullet and he would have had that kill.
Here we go. Tommy checks it, and Tommy gets the kill, able to make the play. Clay, a little bit more of an opportunity because he had that FG42 versus snipe when Tommy attempted. But here, Tommy just catches him.
Yeah, that's a great play call, right? He knows that Clay's probably thinking, all right, I backed him down. I'm going to just hop on it. Tommy probably ran away to bridge, not trying to, take a huge risk, but just backs up a little bit, peeks at a great time, and catches Clay defusing.
Okay. Started out 3-0 for eUnited. Splyce now stringing together a couple rounds. It was all felony early, but now the others definitely starting to get involved here. Let's see what our cities can now do on offense. On the other side, his brother, Pristini, set up inside of Bell.
Yeah, and this just looks like a default strategy for eUnited, just spread out, try to work a pick, but Felony actually, well, hello there, does he say to Pristini? And Tommy's able to pick up 1. Felony peeked that Bell, was able to find Preston. Pristini takes that kill, but Mad Cat instantly trades out on his brother. Now a 3v2 for Splyce, and Mad Cat picks up another. Pristini trying to trade it out. Now a 2v1, and the trades just come in, but Pristini makes it a 1v1.
Yeah, thanks for challenging with machine pistols while I'm full health with the PPSH. There's a little bit tagged for the gunfight with Tommy, but he makes that look easy. And now I believe, yeah, he's working on the ace, right? If he's able to pick up Bans.
Yeah, he is. He has 3, but Bans just catches him, trying to get that objective. A little bit of a scary round there, but Splyce, they got full B control because eUnited was so slow. You saw how far up Felony and Mad Cat were able to push, and that just started the trading process for them.
Yeah, like you said, they played a little bit of a default, kind of looking for the pick. Clayster, I believe, had the snipe mid-map. They were seeing if he could find something, but when he does it and time continues to tick away, I mean, Mad Cat went big in Ruins. The fact that he was able to get 2 kills was massive.
That's 3 in a row now for Splyce, so they're rolling a little bit. This is a great sign, and here we go. You can see, looks like Bomb is going right up middle. They're going to try and attack Ruins from that middle site.
Ooh.
Tommy able to pick up that snipe on Arcedes. Arcedes did get first blood on Fellow. Vance trying to trade this out. Another one on Silly. Just back.
Tommy, so you're about to run into your own stun here, Tommy. And that's exactly what he did. Now he's put himself in a very bad spot as he'll get tagged up 1 versus 1 now. Pristini, Mad Cat. Pristini takes a bullet. Still got a couple in the clip here, just swapping between guns. He knows he has him tagged. He's going to go ahead and push him. Waits for a second.
That was a tough gunfight. For a lot of confidence on a Mad Cat.
For either or here, it looked. This Mad Cat, I don't think, took much damage from that either. This is going to be a 45-second gunfight.
Back and forth,
Just teasing each other.
Yeah.
Tickling them with bullets. There he goes. Now Pristini wants to go forward, but it's the headshot coming in from Mad Cat. And that's 4 in a row, and that was interesting.
He just left his position, right? He has a perfect spot behind that bomb. I think Pristini just got bored.
Yeah.
Right?
Or he's just like, I have him so weak, I need to get 1 bullet in. I don't know, but yeah, no, that was one of the longer gunfights you'll see in Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, they were just playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah, right.
Just back and forth. But, I mean, again, Pristini, he was on defense. He didn't need to do anything, but here we go. A little bit of a switch up for eUnited. They're trying to make an A push. Tommy, though, he spots it, gets a hit marker.
My God.
He is sniping so well. Picks up one on Pristini. Looking for another, not able to hit it. Arsity.
Hello?
Pull out the machine pistol. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that was interesting. He just sniped your teammate. I know you're worried about pressure through Cabanalli, but they just didn't deal with it at all. And now,
Oh, you didn't have to give that away, fellow. You have a 3v2. That is one. If they lose this round, he might want to get back.
you're never out when you have Tommy, the Terminator.
Well, okay.
Tommy the Terminator!
I agree with you.
Tommy, man, he had, what, 2 snipes in the previous round? Ends up getting 3 here. I think only one person he sniped or shot. Wait, but that was actually, that ended up being the ace, too, because he had the machine pistol. So he gets all 4 there. And
Is that 5 in a row now? Is it 5-3?
5 rounds in a row? Yeah, yeah.
Splyce, man, this is a great map number 2 for these guys. Tommy, 11-5.
Remember at one point we were talking about Fellow carrying, but I think Fellow had 6 or 7 when I was talking about that, and Tommy has just erupted. Pristini, don't you dare. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like they went back to that round 1 strat where they get a smoke off. I'm not sure where that smoke landed. Felony pushes up middle. Does get taken out by Pristina, but Bance picks up Silly. Now you have a 3v3 situation. Sounded like there was another sniper on eUnited. I believe that was Clayster in Ruins, so you can have a bit of a snipe battle between Tommy and Clay.
I wouldn't want to snipe at Tommy right now.
No, he's got 11.
Yeah. He's feeling himself right now. He's getting close to streaks as well.
He's got to be careful. His bomb is making its way over there. Bance might be able to catch him. Does a great job staying alive. Gets out. And that instantly, Bance responds with a bomb plant. He knows he has the guy weak. There we go. Bomb plant in a 3v3 situation. Mad Cat picks up one on Pristini. Tommy does get stunned. Woo! 6 rounds in a row for Splyce.
Wow. Yeah. When it was 3-0, I was like, oh man, they're in trouble. And then you have 2 different aces. You have an ace from Felony. You have an ace from Tommy. I don't know what exactly changed with Splyce, but it looked very ugly, very scary early on. But that's one of those things. Remember, they were talking about what strats they were going to use. Maybe it's just Felony getting comfortable with them, and then the Tommy takeover.
The Terminator.
Yeah, God, man.
Yeah, and then that last round, I mean, we just blinked and they all won their one-on-ones. So a great job out of Splyce to get back in this series. Of course, you don't want to go down 2-0 against a team like eUnited, but a great response in. Again, Felony did have a bit of a struggle game 1, but he looked comfortable in game number 2.
You know, we said we didn't think with Division B we'd have very many 3-0s. So stacked top to bottom. And we've got another series here tied up at 1-1. Splyce with a fill-in, answer back in the search and destroy, but will the comms be enough in the CTF? We'll find out after this quick break. Splyce answer back with 6 search and destroy rounds in a row to take map 2 and tie up the series at 1 apiece. Now, can eUnited answer here in the CTF? Joe, I've got a question for you. We're going to talk a bit about it because it is one of the more interesting storylines, but, you know, Felony maybe costed a little bit in map 1. He goes big there in map 2, even as an ace in one of the rounds. What's it like, you think, to have a Phil now in CTF? That's gonna be tricky, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's sort of just like focus on you. You know, I feel like game 1, maybe he was trying to do too much, you know, just trying to fit in. You know, what does Jur do? I have to be super, super aggressive. Like, nobody's as fast as Jur. There aren't many players that can play as quickly as him. Just play your game, right? Relax, just pick up kills, play basic Call of Duty. For CTF, I mean, when you have players like Mad Cat and Tommy who are such veterans, right? They've been around for such a long time. Just fit in the system. You know how to play CTF. Don't make many mistakes. I feel like he'll be fine, man. So we'll just see how he plays. You know, let's start on board with Felony as we get into game 3.
Taking a look at the splits, he's gonna have a gunfight almost immediately inside a cabin. Pristini gets that, but it is traded out. 2 down now for either side, but Arcides goes big there. He picks up 2 of those opening 4 kills. That means pressure early from eUnited. Yeah,
and you can already see Clayser exactly where he wants to be, trying to pick up a spawn kill. The 2 spawners on eUnited just run straight up ruins, but Felony and Tommy respond back from the eUnited attack, and Pristini just trying to play a little sneaky here. Able to pick up 1, but that's easily traded out. A great defense out of Splyce.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the play from Pristini. Maybe try and sneak through. You never know, something might fall apart there and you're able to get a flag out, but unfortunately for him, still several people at home. So now, it's Tommy and Splyce's chance here to work their way up the map. He's got Silly there inside a bunker who he's trying to back down. He's got a couple hits into him, which is going to require Silly to wrap out the backside. At that same moment, Bance hits up through Fire Cup, but he's traded out. No one really able to get control right now and at least make a play offensively yet.
Yeah, and I mean, Tommy and Mad Cat are just trying to lock down middle map. As you can see, Tommy pretty pushed up on a 3 streak. That's a big win out of Felony. Allows them to get that middle map control again, and Tommy's really the key player here. Because of his position, he's going to force eUnited to back up, and he's still winning one-on-ones, and he's going to get help very soon for Fellow. I feel like he should have paused for about a second there, just waited 1 or 2 more seconds, waited for Felony and Bance, those submachine gun players.
He was close to streaks, too. I think he had 4 kills in a row, so yeah, you want the score, but give yourself a little bit of bait there. I feel like that's a chance where you can play a little bit selfish, unless maybe he thought it was 1-1-on-1 and he was going to get the flag out.
I think that's what it was. I didn't think he expected them to spawn all the way in the back. What a sneaky play from Bance. Just pro in the middle map. Sneaking up, sees 1, sees 2. He has so much information now. I love this play. Now he's going to peek this window right here. Boom. Picks up 2. He's going to get that flag out. A great play out of Bance.
That was perfect. You can just sort of see the wheels turning in his brain as he goes to make that play. Unfortunately, as impressive as his 2 kills were, Arcides even more impressive. And now he's got 2 kills in a row and will get the flag return. So he's actually a couple of kills now off streaks for eUnited.
Hey, you got Tommy the Terminator, you got Arcides the Annihilator. We can keep this going all night long.
I'm going to make a list of like 100 of those and just constantly use them to like piss every viewer off.
Well, here we go. eUnited, they are on the attack, but Mad Cat, again, picks up 2, slows down the offensive. You're going to see Arcides and Clayser just lock Splyce in, not let them leave their base. And there we go. The respawners are coming in. That's a big 2-piece out of Clay. Now all 4 players on eUnited are going to attack.
Clay hit in the back. Maybe a little bit of assistance there from a grenade as well. And there's the touch. Can't get away with it, but there is one more player to follow it up. That's going to be Pristini. Tommy now overextending from Splyce. He's got Fellow to work with as well. You do have a free run back, at least if you're eUnited. And Arcides did pick up those streaks. That big play on defense maybe is going to lead to a score here.
Yeah, and I think the guy watching the overextension, he saw Fellow but didn't see Tommy. That allows him to get the flag out, but those streaks coming big. Flag cap should go in for eUnited as Pristini. They allow him to get the return as well, so a very smart play. Oh my gosh, Arcides really stepping it up here. But yeah, Pristini, now he's going to be 1 kill closer to streaks due to that return, so a heads-up play out of eUnited.
My God, 8 kills in a row for Arcides, and you're calling in a fighter pilot here. You've got him 10 deep. Mountain is coming out for everybody on Splyce, so not going to get too much information. You at least hit Tommy, I think, there. You can make 1 call out, but Tommy has killed one of his teammates, so that was already coming in anyway. So you get a score behind the glide bomb, at least assisting in that return. Fighter pilot, though, not going to provide a whole lot there.
And I was actually talking to the EG guys before one match, and they said one thing that EU players are so good at is transitioning the mountain very quickly. He was like, man, I believe his name was, I was playing a Money 8 game with Rated. He's like, he got a flag out, and the other team wasted 3 glide bombs, and they still capped the flag because he was able to transition the mountain so quickly. So a great job out of Splyce to just
absolutely
have everybody switch over to that division.
If they didn't, maybe it's another score coming in. Who knows? But I believe Varsity's streak did end at 10. He's 12-4. What a great little series from him. 35 seconds on the clock. Bant's trying to make another play, trying to catch Silly in the back there, but not able to do that. They spawned him out Bell, and they're trying to wrap across. Tommy will get a touch, but not able to get away. One of those situations where he just tried to get in the bunker with it.
Yeah, that's actually one he challenged those one gunfights. So I'd like to see him challenge that one. Maybe, catch play off guard, but that is Bance. Bance actually got behind eUnited again. If Splyce picks up these kills, it's going to be very difficult, but he could get a flag out. There's one from Mad Cat, and he's going to pull right away. So now the pressure is on eUnited because they're all in the Splyce base. Oh! Mad Cat is able to pick up that kill. 1 player left. And there is a streak coming in from Felony. Didn't even know he picked up streaks. So this could be the time. Flagcap picks up 3. This should be the time, Flagcap, for Splyce. A great play from Bance to just sneak through, get to the bunker, allow his teammates to pick up those kills, put it into extra time, and they're going to tie this game up 1-1.
There we go. What a half a gameplay there. Some brilliant individual plays. A 10 streak from Arcides. You'll see a couple of the nice moments he had here. I think this is actually the 2-piece. Yeah, that slapped the first Bance play where he got the flag out. That's a big win. I know you're going up against PPSH, but that's not the easiest of gunfights, that's for sure.
No, that is a very tiny window.
That's actually the 2 kills that started that 10 streak.
Yeah, so a great job out of Arcides with Splyce. They answer back from big plays out of Fellow. Yeah, when I looked at Fellow, he was like 4-7 at one point, so we definitely turned it around. You saw a smoke grenade right off the start, going to allow them to really assault onto Cabin, but nades do come through. And those are easily traded out. Already 3 dead for Splyce, and you see all those red arrows just run forward. 4 dead for Splyce.
Wow. Well, you had a nice end to the first half for Splyce. You didn't have a nice start to the second. This might be an immediate score.
And let's go to Fellow. He might call in a streak here. Oh, he actually got pushed, but he did call in the streak. Because of where Splyce spawned, they actually spawned behind the flag. He calls in that streak, slows down the push. This could be a return for Splyce. It
could be. That one-on-one was probably the only chance you had, unless the stun. No, there's no way to be able to get that. He's still going to get the return, and there you go. They make the play. Felony going huge.
I don't know if that was due to the positioning of the eUnited player, if he was just too far into ruins, but Splyce, they get that spawn back bunker, and that allows them to get the re.
Hey, you saw 3 players just flooding out to try and stop that. All right, let's take a look. At the minimap now, everybody trying to just vie for position across that 50-yard line. Clayster has been able to push up kind of through your first hard point. Nade into the back, but he gets stunned. Nice nade though, cleans up Fellow.
That's a big stun out of some Splyce member to just stop Pristini. If he gets that kill, maybe United goes on the attack, but one clutch stun, and that slows down that push.
Can I see Fellow's class when we get a second? I'm just curious what. Yeah, that's why. What is he running? He got naded in the back like that so easily.
Yeah, but look at Bance right now. He's playing very sneaky. He's been doing this all game. He's just allowing his team to pick up kills middle map. And there we go, 2 dead. He has 1-1-on-1. Silly in the base. Silly didn't expect him there. Comes off the spawn, just starts sprinting. Bance going to try and get this flag out. This is a huge 1-on-1 for him. Bance wins it.
Got a bit of a split spawn, though. Clayster will spawn out, and Clayster has a chance to play a little bit of heroics here, but he's going to get pushed, hit at the edge. Not finished yet. The head then finally removed. Tommy should be able to get a touch after he gets the trade, but can't get around the edge. The nade slowing
now
him
they're
down.
Gonna spawn again, Cabin. No, I actually spawned in the back. Fellow might be able to get away with this, but as you said, 3 nades, he catches those. Bance just trying to make one more play. He's all alone, picks up 1. Not able to pick up the second, and again, he doesn't have Hunker or Armored on.
One of those players, you might be able to get that out, but that's so easy to nade when you're coming off spawn, at least into that ice tunnel.
Yeah, but eUnited, they need to do a better job at tracking players. That's the second time they've allowed bans to get a sneak pool. So, again, they have to make sure they have accounted for every single player on Splyce, because that really seems to be sort of the strategy Splyce is going with. Control mid-map, have one guy get a sneak pool. The race is on, but here we go. 3 dead as Felony and Tommy both able to pick up 2. And this should be a flag out, but I think number 7's going to block those cabin spawns. He is. He blocks the cabin spawns, and again, Pristini gets 2 with a nade.
Yeah, and that's I mean, we know it's hard to get a flag out from this side, especially because you continually spawn deep. Sometimes, regardless of influence, it seems like you can still spawn really, really deep there. But, yeah, like you said, the positioning there of Mad Cat makes the play possible.
I think he just timed it wrong. I think he thought the flag was just going to get out as soon as it, you know, he was going to enable those spawners to spawn back there. The flag was going to be away. But there we go. Artillery from eUnited to put in the back of Splyce's base. They know that is a very good position to defend from. So expect eUnited to go out very aggressive here with just, you know, a minute 20 left in this game.
Well, eUnited is able to spawn them out Bell, but unfortunately they all die immediately after that. So not going to be a play there. But Tommy now pushed up towards your mid lane, did at least pick a player off spawn. Felony has now gotten into ruins as well. But Pristini with that kill, Pristini's going to be cutting back to mid-map, and he's at least going to be able to push deep. He may have an opportunity to win a one-on-one and make a play.
I love this play out of Pristini. I'm not sure if they accounted for him. There we go. They were looking for him. They thought he was in bunkers. You saw Bance turn around, but Mad Cat, that's a huge kill. Glacier, though, does find Bance. Now on defense is Mad Cat and Fell. Let's see if they can stop this assault from eUnited.
40 seconds on the clock. Who's going to make the play here down the stretch? Or are we going to head to overtime? Clayster still pushed up. He's got Pristini and Silly to work with, but Bance once again.
Yeah, he's gone.
Able to overextend.
If they get these kills, he's pulling right away, but that's a big kill out of Clayster, but he's also playing very sneaky. They are not going to expect him. Now let's see if Pristini, there's a fighter pilot left for Tommy, able to pick up one, but Bance just gets that flag out. He decides to get it away. He's going to try and cause a bit of a stalemate here.
He's got Mad Cat covering over him, so he's going to be out. Tommy there to push with him as well. 5 seconds, and we're headed to extra time now. Fellow with a nice one-on-one win.
And they're pushing it. Oh, that's a big win from RCs. I was going to say, they're pushing that flag carrier.
Pristini's tagged.
Trying to win it.
Oh, he hits a couple good shots at him, but can't clean up the kill. I think RC was kind of coming through cabin cut as well there. I don't know if he would have been able to get the return anyway.
Pristini playing very aggressive with that flag right now. Maybe just trying to get points, earn some streaks. Let's see how close Pristini is from streaks really quick. Yeah, he's just about 2 kills away with that flag. Silly, though, controlling this fire tank. This basically just can't allow Splyce to leave that base. Such a powerful position with that FG42. Two do go down, but the spawns might come up just in time. It'll be one more one-on-one. Bance wins it.
And Arceus wasn't in a position to finish him, but he still has a chance. Pristini.
Yeah, it's just Tommy left. Tommy's in the United base.
Couldn't win the one-on-one. Like you said, Tommy is here. There's only a couple seconds left. It's overtime. And there, I mean, both teams kind of got close, but Bance, I mean, the thing that stood out, you mentioned it a lot, Bance so many times able to overextend or sneak through and at least get flag touches.
And then the nades, right, from eUnited. If the guys from Splyce have hunker on or armored on, their game might be over already, but the Maven overtime streak continues on Arden Forest.
Yeah, I feel like every single one of cats. Okay. And can we... Okay, so Bance is close to streaks and Pristini was as well, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Bance and Pristini.
They're both 2 kills away, or a kill and an assist.
That's going to be so important here, and also some pressure on Splyce from this side of the map to get a score earlier, as they've got a bit of an advantage there.
Pristini's just going. There's one player wrapping back, that's Mad Cat. He's going to have a big gunfight on, but he's not going to expect Pristini here already. There we go, the flag's out. This could be a very quick half for eUnited. That should be it, yeah.
There's nothing they can do. No streaks to use. And the big thing, too, Pristini's going to get the score and also pick up the streaks. Bance has already dropped, so this is big in so many ways. Not only do you get, what, a 45-second or so cap here, but you also get the streaks to work with. What a start to overtime from eUnited.
I mean, Pristini just runs up ruins. He's able to win one-on-one. The guy doesn't even expect him there, who is in that little circle area. And then Mad Cat just doesn't expect Pristini to be in that base that fast. As you said, full streaks for him. And this is going to be so tough for Splyce. They have to win all the opening gunfights. They do pick up 2.
Even if they do that, though, it's the streaks that are going to be a problem. Pristini is dead. But as soon as he comes off spawn, he's going to invest these. We'll wait to get to him as quickly as we can. Here we go. This is everything. These streaks, and you have Clayster already in the base is the big thing. It's gonna maybe get him, not able to pick it up. He'll probably call on the fighter pilot next. Here it goes.
It's all on number 8, Felony. He's the closest guy, and he actually gets, oh my, the kill just comes in from Pristini. Fellow actually got to kill on Clay, but that fighter pilot saves the game for eUnited. Again, those streaks so clutch. Look, he's like, look at Clay. He's like, woo!
Yeah,
He knows Fellow would have had that read.
Yep, and that is huge. I mean, that's why we talked about the close of that first set of overtime. Like, he gets the score, but it's the streaks that are just as crucial because, like you said, if you were Splyce, you almost had to have a perfect break, and they nearly did. They got, what, 3 down? One of the problems is Pristini, I think, was one of the first ones to die, so he's actually able to get up and invest both those streaks before they're in a position where they can kind of just steal the deal. Crazy game there, but eUnited able to take it. Splyce, though, playing them tough. I mean, they could have won the game 1. Maybe if Felony had a better map. They win the search and destroy with 6 rounds in a row. And now here, I mean, a winnable game as well.
They could have very easily won that, right? I mean, there was a couple of pushes where Band sneaks. Fellow gets a few flags out, but those nades come in very clutch from eUnited. That changed basically everything. And then that overtime, I mean, if Pristini's not in that fighter pilot, doesn't get that kill on Fellow, they could have won it. I mean, a great fight from Splyce so far.
Well, we're going to be staying on Ardent Forest here for the Hardpoint. What do you think? Game 5 or ending here?
Oh, I think Forest, that's a tough one. I mean, you really have to see a spectacular performance from Tommy and Madcat, right? Both the FG42s from the Splyce side. eUnited, you got to think this is their map. When you talk about guys like Clayster and Arcides who can really step it up, completely take over games, you feel like Ardent Forest is that one map where they can do it.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. The edge certainly in the Hardpoint, but I'll tell you what, it goes to a game 5, that's anybody's map.
Yeah, and eUnited has had some heartbreaking run 11s on USS Texas, but also some good ones. You know, there was back in New Orleans where Clay won that 1v2 or 1v3 versus FaZe, so. But they typically go the distance on that map, as we do a lot of times on USS Texas. But
it's just so interesting to see, like, 1, when you look at him and you see the one jersey, it's different. And then 2, it's just weird in the kill feed sometimes when I see it pop up. Yeah.
Just yellow. You're like, oh, it's a little odd here.
Who's that guy?
And then as soon as we'll get used to it, hopefully Drift will be back.
Yeah. Thank God, Felony, get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. It's awesome that he's here. And smiles from Pristini. He knows he just went big there to win the CTF. Incredible performance from him. And I know, I mean, one of the more exciting things for me, both these teams, like coming into Division B, like coming out of Division A, one of the questions, like, is Red Reserve the best team in the EU? I mean, you were asking that same thing in New Orleans.
Right.
And now it's like, is Splyce going to bounce back and show everyone why they, you know, are considered a top 2 or 3 team at times in the world?
Yeah.
And then for eUnited, I feel like no one really knows exactly where to put them in the scheme of things, just because, again, both their winners bracket losses in majors come to TK in a game 5.
Yeah, I mean, Splyce, I feel like if they had their full roster here, they just want to go like 7-0 and just make a statement, kind of like Optic did.
Yeah,
you know, that first week. Just win everything as much as possible because they're not happy with that placing at New Orleans. But here we go, game 4. Tommy able to pick one up, and this is exactly where you want to be if you're Bands, but Pristini shuts it down with the FG42. So there's just so many angles from that middle street, but eUnited doing a great job from preventing those kills being able to pick up.
FGs from everybody right now, it seems. That's all we've seen in the kill feed. Banso does pick up assists. He's able to get in and pushes through, but will catch a stun, though, at the end of that. But by pushing through, he's at least able to do some damage and also back up eUnited, get Felony into position here now inside of the hard point. Hey, Felony's going to get pushed again. Yeah, that would have been helpful a couple of times there in game 3, I think. Well, that's how I wanted to highlight at one point, because I was like, I just saw one nade go over the top. I'm like, how did he just die in the back there? Yeah. And you don't have to have Hunker. I mean, we see it, especially on Flak Tower. It's basically all airborne prime for the most part, but there, you think maybe you get some caps for Splyce if you had it.
Yeah, and Fellow continuously using a smoke grenade. I like to see it just cut off some sight lines. You know, 30 points for Splyce on that first hill. But we've seen, you know, a lot of teams rack up a ton of time on this Ruins Hill when they're able to set up. And eUnited, they are set up right now, but Felony's able to pick up 2. And there is the Assault 4 dead from eUnited. Splyce doing a great job breaking, and you have them exactly where you want to spawn them, that back bridge. And Bance, it has this controlled, and Fellow has mid controlled, so it's going to be very tough for eUnited to break in.
Well, they do get in through mid, but you don't want to feed Tommy too many kills here as he's working his way towards streaks. Nades landing around him, his teammates dropping around him. And his second nade should come in now. Yep, he's going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, this is a huge rotation from Arcides. He catches all of Splyce off guard, off spawn, and they have full rotation for Bunker. A great job from Arcides. Nobody on Splyce recognizing, hey, there's 15 seconds left. Someone should probably look left. And Arsides, well, he might have just won his team a good chunk of time on bunker. We know how many points you can earn on that one as well. But Splyce trying to fight back.
As long as his teammates can win some gunfights.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tommy just spawned in from behind and pops with Mad Cat as well. I didn't even see the position of how that was maybe possible. Clay spawned out Bell, I think.
I think because one was Bella and I think one or two were mid-map bunker or a cabin, sorry. So I think that was just the closest available spawn for Splyce.
Well, that's a gift.
Yeah,
A gift from the COD gods is Tommy and Mad Cat both spawning behind in what looked like a nice play from Arsides and eUnited to get early control of bunker. Now, very good for Splyce, and Bance picks up a fighter pilot before falling.
Yeah, and really it's Bance and Fellow just taking over this game with the PPSHs. They're able to push out so far. Bance has streaks now. You would love to save it for that, you know, either cave or ruins. You can break an entire setup. But a great job from Splyce and the COD gods to really give them a 50-point lead.
He got a 50-point lead. Mad Cat's got 2 kills.
Yeah, well, 2 and 4. He's playing at a very slow pace.
Well, he's got 50 seconds to the hard point, so he's racked up some time there. But still an impressive lead nonetheless when you have 6 interactions up to this point in a hard point game. All right, now steamrolling across mid-map and looking to get control of cabin and pin them bridge is Splyce. They may be looking for a nice chunk of time here as well.
Well, nobody's in the hill for about the past 5 seconds, so but Tommy, that's why he was working on streaks. So another fighter pilot coming in from Splyce.
Did he get the glide bomb or just the fighter?
Just the fighter pilot.
Okay, so just a couple of fighter pilots.
And if you're Splyce, you're okay with this. Yeah, you're not earning time, but neither is eUnited. You're holding that 50-point lead. And Tommy just racking up so many kills, 15 and 6 right now.
Well, this is an example of why we saw a map go to time limit in Division A.
Yep.
On Arden Forest, you have these hard points where, what, have 5 points been earned here? 10 points total, maybe, out of this whole hard point?
Tommy's working on more streaks, goes out for the re-challenge. But Splyce, their focus is on this cave hill. They're controlling cabin. They know that's the area they have to control if they want to earn a lot of time for this next one. And there we go, all the kills going their way.
Look at Tommy, just compared to like the rest of the field right now. Just from a kill standpoint, he's at 18. He's basically doubling every single person on eUnited.
Yeah, and again, Splyce, they want to prove a point, man. That New Orleans was a flop. They're some of the best players in the world, and they are showing it right now. Tommy and Bance, you have some help from Fellow. Mad Cat's still at 4 and 6. He's just hanging out, but hey, his team is doing so well, and they have a lot of streaks to play with in these next coming hills.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. If you're a player, you like being talked about. And Tommy was one of the guys we highlighted a lot after Dallas. I don't know that we mentioned his name much at all after New Orleans in the finish. So, yeah, definitely someone here coming to prove something. He's doing just that. Splyce still in front, 15 seconds left on cave. Splyce now rotating everybody across to try and get set up at ruins. Fellow will be watching mid-map and doing a great job of that.
Yeah, and Splyce decides to give up that cave hill at about 22, 25 seconds, and I get it. But you allow eUnited in the game. You have a lot of streaks to work with, and they do get broken on this setup. So they are going to probably have to invest some streaks depending on how big Tommy can go. He's just trying to buy time. But here you go. You're going to have to invest a streak anyway. So was that the correct call?
Here it comes. Tommy's going to call it in now. This should be the fighter pilot. Silly tagged. Gets a couple into other players and finishes one. There should be at least one weak player here, but they're not able to pick up the kills. They do get into the hard point, get Mad Cat into a power position. Unfortunately, that position of power nailed with a sticky grenade as he will drop, and eUnited just bust their way right back on through.
Yeah, it was a perfect situation if you're eUnited. You obviously burn a streak from Splyce, and you're getting hill time. And again, they got all that scrap over at cave, but Splyce, they know what's up next. It's the bunker hill, and they're already starting to set up with just 14 seconds left.
And eUnited now in the lead. A big deficit early on, but here we go. That final time they got at cave and then transitioning into ruins. Can they have better luck here now at this hard point? This is where things kind of fell apart for them.
Yeah, and I mean, Splyce, they're rotating. They're just not winning the initial gunfights. Just Bance left, and there we go. Bunker control for eUnited. And there's streaks for Silly, and this could get dangerous now if you're Splyce. You hear Clayser getting super pumped up saying, let's go, boys.
They just started smoking him over the past, like, 3 hard points. This has been fantastic stuff. And now you're just trying to come over no man's land here, and you've got 2 FG-42s in the front just gunning you down. Wow, this game got flipped on its head very quickly, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, from that cave to ruins, and now over to bunker. There we go. Mad Cat trying to finally break this bunker hill. Picks up 2, now they're contesting. Tommy and Mad Cat. Tommy doing a great job picking up a couple, but for right now, it's just a contest.
That's the best you can do if you're Splyce. You're hoping to just contest these final 20 seconds because it has been ugly stuff here from them. I mean, not even ugly from them, more just impressive, I think, from eUnited in a way. But who else? We saw full streaks on one of the members here from eUnited. That's Silly. Yeah, that's right. He earned those when he got into bunker. He did finally pick up the mortar as well. But now let's see.
Yeah, but all of Splyce spawning in the back. They are picking up kills, but Silly's trying to get a few spawn kills there.
Remember last time, no one got any time here really at all.
Yeah, but Splyce has to earn time now because they're down, right? I mean, they were the team on that first rotation. They weren't touching it. They were just trying to earn streaks, but they know they're down about 25 points. They need every second possible. Because, I mean, what? Last time it was like 101 to 50 for Splyce, and now, as you said, the game just got completely 180'd. Something on eUnited just completely turned around. They won every rotation they needed to. Now they're starting to earn a ton of time, but Splyce trying to fight back.
Yeah, I think that maybe that spawn, that bunker fired up place crew, but they have definitely turned it around. See if Splyce can get these final 15 or so. That'll bring it pretty darn close to an even game as we'll get into our third set of rotations here. Felony going to be the first man in to our next hard point. Picks one up mid. There's another that may challenge him. That's going to be Pristini on the opposite side. A nice one-on-one here. Goes the way of Fellow. He's going big. He's got streaks. United was turning up. Now it's Splyce's turn.
Yeah, and it's exactly what you want from Fellow. A much better performance in this game. He's going to decide to call in that fighter pilot. Trying to spawn kill the guys on eUnited. Able to pick up 2 pristine Arcides, and they have full control of this cave hill. But there we go, a response from eUnited, one of their fighter pilots. I believe that's Silly. He only gets one, but it is the guy in the hill.
That's big because he had 2 teammates pushing up. Okay, the 2 teammates just got cut down by bans. So, but you still that might end up being 20 or so seconds. That could have gone the way of Splyce.
Yeah, and you can see Splyce. They're not giving up the 25 this time. They want that scrap time on cave because the last time they went over to Ruins, it didn't go so well. There still are some streaks on both sides. And Ruins is one of the hills you see it the most often because you can earn a ton of time on that hill.
Here we go. Streak in from Bance. Who could he find? You see everybody trying to get to cover, but only one is able to. That's Pristini. The rest snapped on as Bance picks it up.
There we go. I was just saying they needed to trade that kill out fast, but Fellow, he's not even getting on the hill. He's waiting for his teammates. There we go. Finally on the hill and instantly a response. There's that mortar strike called in. Not the strongest streak, but it does pick up one. Allows Pristini to step in, but Tommy doing such a good job. Now has 34 kills. And Splyce back in the lead, just back and forth from both of these teams. And I really feel like the deciding factor has been that cave hill. That's really given the teams the momentum they needed to really step into Ruins, use those streaks. Silly has to respond with another glide bomb to just try and keep Splyce off the hill.
And Silly used all 3 streaks here, and they didn't really get any time right until now, in these final 20 or so seconds, which, don't get me wrong, it's crucial considering the scoreline, but they have to use it all there.
I was just going to say that was a huge one-on-one from Clay on Mad Cat. That would have gave Splyce, you know, in striking distance, about 8 seconds away from winning this map. But here we go. If you're eUnited, you're all right. You're set up for bunker. You know this is exactly what you want. Push up as far as possible if you're Clayster. Don't allow nades to get in a bunker. That's when things get hectic.
You saw RC just check the back there for a second. He's like, not again. Not again. They still got the back spawn. Here we go. A perfect hold would put them in the lead. So far, so good. Brilliant stuff here from eUnited.
Yeah, and there we go. There's a streak used from Felony. But I don't know if that's going to do anything. There we go. Huge kill out of Tommy. They're just trying to contest as much time as possible as they know eUnited are getting those very close spawns. But this is what you want if you're Splyce. Just push up, play together, watch over one another, set up in a couple power positions. And there we go. Tommy and Madcat pick up kills. All of eUnited spawn out. And now Splyce, they're going to be about 5 seconds away from closing this game out.
Yeah, this scrap time is huge. It could very well be what wins the game for them. I know we've had a couple interesting holds at the Center Road hardpoint, but let's see if Splyce can finish here and push it to a game 5. eUnited, I mean, actually, if this doesn't end up being one of those where a team picks up a lot of time, the play clock could come into this. I don't think it will, but eUnited is inside here.
They're getting a good amount of time already. They have about 15 seconds earned from this hill. It's Splyce. They're just trying to run up that middle road and get cabin control. You can see number 5, that's Bans, picks up a huge kill. You can see a lot of focus on eUnited goes towards that, but they have to contest time as much as possible. And Splyce is getting all of eUnited spawn back bridge. Tommy right now, 43 kills. What a game from him. They just need 10 more seconds, but eUnited break on in.
They're in. And this next rotation to cave is going to be everything. eUnited has fought back into this, but Splyce can still win it here. Everybody's spawning bridge. They've got to nade him out of this. They've got to get him out. Pristini able to do so. Clayster with a nice win of the player at Barrel. And we are more than likely going to see another hardpoint here.
I love that play out of Bance, though. He was going to engage in those fights, but he knows that if this gets dangerous, eUnited could win on that cave hill. He stays alive in cabin, plays his position perfectly.
God.
That's the game. If he decides to push up, gets picked off, eUnited are able to get cabin control. That could have been a comeback from eUnited, but a great play out of Bance.
Yeah, he ends up, I believe, on a 6th streak to close it out there. Everyone rotating from mid through cabin gets cut down by him. But Tommy was spectacular throughout the entire game. You see the bronze star there from him as Splyce, regardless of the fact they're playing with a fill-in right now, they have pushed the series the distance.
A great game out of Fellow. You had a bit of a slow game out of Madcat, but the other three stepped up big time. Those streaks came in so clutch. Look, Fellow, he's pretty happy right now. He's like, we're going game 5 against eUnited. I'm comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, this is working. And, you know, we've talked about it in the past, like, the sense, you know, as long as you have, like, the 3 core guys on a team, you can slot somebody in. You slot in a capable player. They can still find W's, and you're seeing it right now from Splyce.
Yeah, you sure are. I mean, Splyce doing such a good job. We're going to head to a game 5 here shortly.
Oh, my God. Tied up at 2-2. Splyce, eUnited. Tommy the Terminator has been going off for Splyce. Who's going to shut him down from eUnited? The snipe. He was feeling himself in that game, too. Will we see more of the magic in game 5? We'll find out after this quick break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CWL Pro League presented by the PlayStation 4. We have the best Call of Duty teams from around the world competing, and we are so excited to get it underway.
It is only day one of Division B, and we've already had ourselves a couple of Game 5s, but here we go. Splyce, eUnited. Who's gonna get the edge? Joe, this should be a treat.
Yeah, I mean, what? We're headed to USS Texas. I feel like this is a map that, well, snipers are going to play a huge part of it, right? You're going to have that Tommy versus Placer or Arcides. I'm excited to see if we have a double snipe setup. We've seen that from Team Caliber. They're one of the teams who love to do that, knowing Kenny in theory. So there's a lot of different options, but I feel like this is one map that there's a lot of different strategies you can use, and we'll see how Fellow will continue to sort of fill in. I mean, if I'm Splyce, I'm just saying, just keep going bottom middle, right? And just win one-on-one gunfights with that submachine gun. He was doing such a great job in Game 4.
Well, you can have a huge impact there. We've seen a player like Saints on Echo Fox just dominate bottom middle and take over games. But Tommy, and he was hitting shots in that second game. Can he do more here? He might be able to trade the kill, but doesn't do it. And Clayster, he's hungry. Lines up 2 there to open round 1.
Yeah, so you saw one smoke went really far for eUnited, and Splyce, they decided to really push through it. But Clay was watching that bottom smoke. He knew that was a bit of a miss smoke. I mean, I guess you could call it from eUnited. Watches that under that bomb site, picks up Fellow. Tommy misses. Immediately a response from Clay. Great job from him.
Tommy hits that shot, and maybe that round goes differently, but yeah, you can't have 2 of your players get sniped in the first 15 seconds and expect to win many rounds in search and destroy.
Nope, not at all. And again, you thought maybe Splyce would throw a couple rounds like that, just play aggressive, try to catch eUnited off guard. No, again, they do have a fill-in in Felony for right now. But we'll see as they're on the attack. We'll see how they respond against that round 1. But here we go. Fellow, well, wins 2 big one-on-ones against Pristine and Silly, but Clayster responds again with 2 more of his own, now 2v2.
Did it with a snipe, now doing it with the bar. A little bit different than the previous round. You know, eUnited gets 2 kills and steamrolls from there. Here, just a quick answer from Clay. Bomb gets planted.
I love that response from Felony. Just instantly put that bomb down. He knows probably Clayster backed off, but Clay pops up, wins another one-on-one. Already a spectacular Game 5. Now Matt Kenton one-on-one, but it's instantly traded by Arcides.
And I think I heard Clay just yell real loud, "Let's go, Alec!" Getting him hyped up. Clay and Alec have, I believe, all of the kills.
8, yep.
So that's a nice start from Clayster and Arcides there. 8 kills between them.
I mean, you get bombed down there, right, in a 2v2. Madcat has an FG. Maybe you try to get to a better position. I mean, there's so many spots you can sort of see that bomb site from. But he challenges, tries to trade that kill. And as you said, Arcides wins it. Now a 2-0 lead for eUnited.
And Tommy put the snipe away in this round, so changing things up a little bit. Clay stunned, but trying to hold bottom A. Felony is already pushed up into their top window, I believe.
Yeah, he seems very pushed up. He's patrolling bottom middle now as well. As we said, that's probably a good spot for him.
Yeah, I thought for a second he was like almost up into their...
I think he was at one point, and then back down.
Oh, Pristini trying to fly on forward, but gets caught there from his right. Arcides wants to trade it out. He does have a stun to work with. Hits Madcat. Wants to play behind it, try to get into a strong position. He's working on streaks as well. Looks right when he needs to look left. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, and he will end up falling. So no streaks on the side of eUnited, and Splyce able to pull out the round.
So I think the play call there from eUnited, they were trying to switch it up as Tommy was aiming at the ground. That was a little weird, but anyways. eUnited, they smoked a bomb off. I think what they were trying to do is catch Splyce, sort of trying to nade that bomb site and push through it. But both of them got caught out doing it. They just ran right through it. Madcat was ready for it, and they were able to trade out those 2. But definitely a bit of a different attack out of eUnited. Because, again, a lot of those teams, as soon as they see a smoke down, they pop 2 or 3 nades over it. So they were just trying to catch them off guard.
Still sniping the hand of Clayster. Fellow from this position was able to pick up 2 kills last time during this round. Pristini just dove to that close edge. Is Tommy going to get caught by this is the question.
Yeah, both teams playing very aggressive on their defenses so far. Pristini in such a good spot, and Tommy wasn't able to see him.
Yep, Tommy's dead. We've seen Pristini do that. Well, not just Pristini, but players. You can get to that close kind of box. You can certainly disrupt that FG or sniper player, Clayster.
High five.
Yeah, fist to the face. Felony drops. To try and trade it. Can't snap if you're Clay, and he will be picked up. 2 versus 2, Joe.
Yeah, Fellow doing a good job. Already has 2 kills this round, as he's traded both the kills that have gone down from eUnited. Clayster just misses that snipe. Look at that Fellow. He's stretching that bomb. If he would have just peeked it, he would have caught him off guard. But now another 2v2 with bomb planted, and they stretched it, so Mad Cat should be able to play it from the back, but both of them are very pushed up. RC's trying to get an angle on either one of these Splyce players.
He should get behind Mad Cat now. Are they going to be ready for this? The answer is no. RC's gets the kill. It's now all on Felony.
Fellow shot as well.
The fill-in Phenom. Can he do it here? He got the plant. He got this kill. He's on a 4 streak. He might get streaks here as well. This is a gigantic round. Oh, the timing could not be worse. Felony falls, and what a big kill from Arcades, and the defuse is in. That's no streaks for Fellow. A round victory for eUnited, and that's the second time that Arcades is clutched up in a one-on-one.
Yeah, Fellow looked down there for about a second and then looked away, watched his right. I love the way he was playing that. What I like to see him do is there's that little sort of post that you can sort of sit behind. I would have loved him to just see him crouch right behind it, just watch his staircase. He knew that Arcades wasn't on the bomb, but
honestly,
gets caught out.
If that takes Arcades another second or two to check that corner, it might be enough time to not get him to the defuse.
So a couple clutch rounds from Arcades gives eUnited a 3-1 lead. But again, both teams on defense playing very aggressive as Tommy was pushing up that B site, but decides to back off.
Felony's tagged there, bottom middle. You hear the smokes going off. Tommy gets the kill. The bomb does get planted, though.
Wonder where that smoke was going off. Yeah, it was put on the A site, so they were just trying to bait Splyce out and rotate that bomb as they were planning B.
Clayster gets a snipe, and it's a 2 versus 2. Vasily picks up a kill. The final player, again, is going to be Felony. Felony, I think he's tagged up both at this point. The problem is he's got to make a play on the bomb. There's just no time.
Yeah, no time. eUnited, they're just going to play this one that he knows he has to defuse.
Nothing he can do.
Yep.
Felony in some tough spots, and now he's leading the way for the team kills-wise, I believe, is... I'll have to take a look at the scoreboard, but I think a couple of players sitting around 1 kill or so for the Splyce side right now.
Yeah, just a couple of rounds that could have gone either way, but they've gone all eUnited's way as they have a 4-1 lead now. So,
and that might be something we're just playing with Felony a little bit longer is going to help, or just getting Dirt back could fix some of those problems, you know?
Yep. But again, Clayster with that snipe, really having a big game already. 8 kills, just 5 rounds into it.
Yeah, Tommy's been shut down in this one. Has not had the impact he did in that game 2 on Arden. All right, let's see how round number 6 is going to play out. Clayster kind of watching the cross to this A site. Silly set up in their top window looking for any push from bottom. Eesh, saw ahead for just a second. Mad Cat will live to see another round.
Yeah, both teams playing this pretty slow. Probably the slowest round we've had so far. Number 7, though, that's Tommy. He's pushed up really far on bottom middle. Was able to get some hit markers down. Again, they throw that smoke A. Tommy does get caught running away. They were trying to plant B, but Arcades has all the intel he needs. Throws that nade down, catches Bance out. Now 2v4 for eUnited. This shouldn't be possible for Mad Cat and Fellow, but Fellow does pick up 1.
Fellow snipe, though, immediately after. Now it's Mad Cat sitting at 3 and 4, looking for 1v3. You don't want to give this kill to Clayster, because Clayster on a 3 streak right now at 9 and 3. He should be pushed from the side in just a moment, and he will end up falling. United rolling, but remember they had advantage in that game 1, and it was 6 straight rounds from Splyce.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen right now. And you mentioned this map in particular would be tough for the fill-in.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot more timings. There's a lot more strategy. Like Arden Forest, there's sort of a way to play it. I mean, you can mix it up, but you can put Fellow in a very comfortable spot, and he knows what to expect. This map, I mean, Splyce might have a lot of different setups. eUnited can have a lot of different attacks that they throw your way. So far, though, again, it's just been all eUnited.
Oh, Mr. Map 5, Clayster, having a huge game. 10 and 3, another first blood to his name. The streak up to 4, and he just spotted Tommy.
Oh, he didn't. Tommy missing. That's not good if you're Tommy. That was an opportunity to make it a 3-on-3 for them. Instead, still a man advantage for eUnited. And again, like you said, Tommy only 2 kills. In game number 2, he had a monster performance.
Yeah, I mean, he was, you know, kind of a big part of why Clayster had a slow game in game 2, and now it's been all Clay. Christini tucked away there, bottom middle. He's got a bit of help to work with as bomb planted. This could be the final round here as Felony has dropped. It's a 4v3 advantage for eUnited. And Tommy, again, gonna miss. Christini picks up a kill. Bance by is lonesome. Looks like eUnited's taking their first series here in Division B.
Yeah, and it was a great effort out of Splyce. to go to a game 5, I think is impressive. You
They
know,
got smoked in that game 5, but like you said, you still get 2 maps though, and maps could prove crucial, especially we keep talking about how stacked this division is. A 3-way tie is not insane, especially, you know, maybe in that, let's say like 3 through 5, 4 through 6